get shots.
Decatur Central, the opponent tonight, they're one of 4 teams in the state of Indiana who has not yet played a game. All 4 of those programs played in the state football finals 2 weekends ago. So with that as a backdrop, how do you prepare for a team that you don't have any film on?
That's a great question, and to know whose advantage it is hard too. But we have their last 2 games from last year. We have some notes from when we played them John Ashworth's first year that kind of meshed up with the games that we were watching. And our JV coach Jamin Workey has the scout, and for not having much info, he's done a really good job putting the scouting report together. Our guys know the guys a little bit, so we've been able to put it together a little bit, and hopefully it'll be good enough.
You've played 3 games. This is their first game tonight. Does that favor either team? And mindful of the fact that there was a time in your coaching career where you were in this position, where the schedule was pushed back and you didn't open up until this second weekend in December.
Well, if it's anything like how it was for us several years ago, they'll be a little heavy-legged, maybe not great conditioning, not making all the shots that they'll make later in the year. And it was sometimes middle of January, late January, even before we felt like we were really where we needed to be. So I hope they figure it out in about late January as well.
Rebels taking on Decatur Central tonight, the Class 5A football runners-up. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Rob.
That's Rebel head coach Michael Wantz. We'll be back with more on CBS Sports 1430.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at marian.edu.
Injured? Ortho Indy Urgent Care Clinics are available to treat your bone, joint, and muscle injuries. Ortho Indy Urgent Care Clinics are located in Indianapolis, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and Westfield, and are open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. Weekend hours are also available. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Visit Ortho Indy Urgent Care for bone, joint, and muscle injuries. Visit orthoindy.com/urgent care for more information.
Throughout Chick-fil-A's history, the company has been on a journey to serve not only delicious food with a warm smile, but also offer a menu customers feel great about eating. The new Egg White Grill, a protein-packed breakfast sandwich, is a lower-calorie menu option made with a breakfast-sized portion of grilled chicken breast, freshly grilled egg whites, and American cheese served on a toasted multi-grain English muffin. Visit the Southport Road Chick-fil-A today and try one.
Schedule online, anytime. Getting an appointment with Ascension Care Teams at St. Vincent just got easier with online scheduling. Now you don't have to break away from your day to book the care you need when and where you need it. No matter where you are or what you're up to, whether you're a new patient or if you've been here before, just pick the appointment that works for you. Schedule online, anytime at getstvvincentcare.com.
Pregame show is rolling on CBS Sports 1430.
Rob Brown and Kevin Bonich back with you at the Woodshed on the campus of Roncalli High School. Roncalli 1-2 hosting Decatur Central tonight. First game of the season for the Hawks. A couple games we're keeping an eye on for you on our Around the Area update. Brebeuf on the road at Culver Academy. Boy, Kevin, that's a long road trip to make on a school night.
You're not
up
kidding
Culver,
about
up
that.
North. That's a good matchup, though. 2 of the top 10 teams in the state in Class 3A, and Culver is ranked number 1 right now in Class 3A. Bishop Chatard hosting Heritage Christian in Circle City Conference play. Beech Grove and Park Tudor both undefeated. They're a hookup at Park Tudor. Center Grove on the road at Pike. Columbus North hosting Franklin Central. Big matchup on the east side. Cathedral at Warren. Southport heading down 37 to Bloomington South. And Whiteland, who will be the opponent tomorrow night, is at Perry Meridian. Well, we take a closer look at this matchup. This is the 5th meeting all time between these two programs. They played back in 1970. The Rebels winning back in that first matchup at Decatur Central. They played 3 years, concluding the 15-16 season. Each team has won once on the other team's home floor. Decatur Central winning the last time out these two teams played. That was a 70-68 game here at the Woodshed in mid-February of 2016. A game that Decatur Central won at the buzzer over the Rebels. So with that in mind, Kevin, you mentioned a couple things about this Decatur team coming off of football. You actually were playing in a time in the mid-2000s when Roncalli would not open until this weekend because of football. So you've been in a similar boat as a player where you've played teams that maybe have had 2 or 3 games under their belt.
Yeah, absolutely. And just speaking from experience, I've gone from putting shoulder pads on to putting on basketball shoes, and it's a difficult thing to do. The game of basketball is much more fluid and smooth. And so it's gonna be interesting to watch Decatur Central tonight, kind of get those kinks out of them and how we respond to them, kind of maybe having a little bit of rust that they need to shake off.
Well, we heard Michael Wantz mention in our pregame show that he felt some years in those mid-2000s when the football team would make a deep run that, and there were a lot of football players in the rotation, which isn't really the case anymore. He felt that oftentimes it was mid to late January before the team really found its rhythm and its pacing from a basketball standpoint.
Yeah, I mean it's incredibly hard. I mean it's a completely different game. You've only been practicing here for a few weeks. You might have had guys that have been practicing in the fall that weren't football guys, and so now you got a total new team chemistry that shouldn't be overlooked. You're not just talking about changing the game. You're talking about a total new team chemistry. Some of your leaders on the basketball court might not have been there in the fall because they've been on the football field, and so now roles are going to change. Some guy that maybe was relied upon in the fall to be a leader, now maybe he's got a secondary role, and that's going to be critical to see how Decatur Central once again works out all of these early season kinks.
Well, we've talked about Roncalli having the youngest and most inexperienced team in the program's 50 seasons. Decatur Central also a young team, only 2 returning scorers that averaged over 5 points a game, led by Kenny Tracy, who averaged 14 points and 6 rebounds last season as a sophomore. Tracy known maybe more for his football exploits. He was really the engine that made that Decatur Central team go. He scored 33 touchdowns last year during this just completed football season that saw Decatur get for the first time all the way to the state championship game. 22 rushing touchdowns and 11 receiving touchdowns for Kenny Tracy.
That is incredible, and there's no doubt that kid is a gamer. I mean, what you're going to see tonight is him just be a competitor. That's the way he's been on the football field during his entire career, and I'm sure he's going to come out tonight and he's going to be a competitor. It might not be as smooth as he wants. Maybe he'll be much more refined.
Indy's home for hoops is CBS Sports 1430.
He's going to be a competitor tonight.
Well, like his older brother Tyrone, who's now playing football at Iowa, his cousin Larry has committed to play football at Indiana. I think we can make the assumption that Kenny Tracy will be playing Division I football here somewhere in 2 years' time. We'll take our final break here on the McDonald's pregame show. We'll step out for 2 minutes, and when we come back, we'll have the lineup and the tip for tonight's game between Roncalli.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
What time do you have to be back to heaven?
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
Sports 1430. It's time for the opening tip on CBS Sports 1430.
Well, Rob Brown and Kevin Bonich back with you at the Woodshed. Let's take a look at the lineups for tonight's game. Decatur Central with 12 in uniform tonight. Kenny Tracy at a guard, 6-footed junior. Ryan Bostic, 5'11 senior, averaged 7.5 points per game last year. Seti Brent, a 5'10 junior. Nehemiah Jones, a 6'4 senior. And Sebastian Murillo, a 6'1 junior. That's their five. John Ashworth, the former Franklin Central and IUPUI star, is their head coach in his fourth season. 25-40 is his record. Assisted by Matthew Brown and Brian Serber. For the Rebels, same lineup we saw last Saturday at Covenant Christian. Aiden Looney, 6'3", the junior, averaging 5.5 points and a team best 6 rebounds per game. Jacob Denny coming off a career high 26 points. 6'2", senior, averaging 13.7 points a game. Anthony Donahue, the other double-figure scorer, 6'2", sophomore, averaging 11.7 per game. On the front line, Daniel Asher, 6'7", the forward, a junior, averaging 9 points per game. And Johnny Brunk, the point guard, 6'2", a sophomore, averaging 6.5 points and a team best 4.5 assists per game. Michael Watts, the head coach, winningest coach in program history in his 17th season, 242 and 119 his record. Assisted by Ian Brown, John Hasty, Jamin Werke, Justin Agresta, and Justin Werke. Veteran crew tonight, Jason Ferguson, Tim Cartwright, and Tim Leaks on the whistles.
Tim Cartwright, Jason Ferguson,
Tom Leaks, beg your pardon.
Athletic trainer tonight is Mike Song.
Rebels in the home whites. Royal blue Rebel script in the red numbers, and the back taps controlled by the Rebels. When the red and blue trim, Decatur Central in a man-to-man. Roncalli going right to left from our vantage point. Brunk checked by Brent. Now on the wing, it's Looney. Gets a high screen from Asher. Killed his dribble, and Asher posting on the smaller Murillo out to Denny. He's played by Tracy. In the corner, Looney fakes the three. Down the baseline. Blocked from behind by Jones. Here come the Hawks the other way. Bostic up the forecourt. Hawks in the Navy uniforms with the gold Decatur Central and numerals and the gold trim. Brent and Murillo. Now Jones. On the wing, Tracy. He's played by Denny. Rebels in a man-to-man to start it. Murillo at the right arc. Left-hand dribble back to Tracy.
Great defensive start here.
And Brent fumbles it out of bounds.
Unforced error there by Decatur Central early.
Brunk's played by Brent in the deep back corner. Johnny into the forecourt. Bounces to Denny at the right arc. In the corner, Donahue. Down to Asher. Pass too high. Bounced over Asher's hands.
Got to be able to control that down low.
Bostic pull up from the elbow is off the rim. Nicely rebounded by Looney. Aiden has numbers if he pushes. To Denny up the wing. Jacob knifing through the paint. Blocked from behind by Tracy. Second block shot of the game for the Hawks. Off the end line. The Rebels keep it. 6:38 to go. First quarter. We're scoreless.
Rebels are going to have to get used to Decatur Central's ability to recover. We're getting to the lane, but they're doing a great job of recovering.
Brunk, baseline left, finds Looney on the right baseline. Shovels out to Asher. Daniel facing up on Jones, jump shot short. Rebound, Tracy takes it away from Murillo and brings it up the floor himself. And Murillo gets it back, drives on Looney, cut off to the baseline, takes it back out to Tracy.
Roncalli once again doing a great job of forcing Decatur to not get a first shot as they bring the ball down the court.
Jones top of the circle, looks for a cutter, finds Tracy left arc. Tracy gets a screen, drives on Brunk into traffic, put it up. Asher got a piece of it. Donahue had the rebound taken away. It squirts to Tracy. Out front, Murillo. He gives back to Tracy on the right side.
Continuing to make them work here for a difficult shot.
2 minutes gone, we're scoreless. Bostic, a long three. That's in and out, rebounded by Denny.
Great defensive series there by the Rebels to force a deep three-pointer by Decatur Central.
Denny out front for three. Knocked to the deck.
Ooh, he got undercut there by Decatur.
The rebound run down by Jones. 5.5 minutes. Neither team has scored in this first quarter. 2.5 minutes in. Rebels in a man-to-man. Michael Wantz mentioned we might see some zone from the Rebels tonight. Brent driving, leaves from Murillo. He takes it back out against Looney. Bostic No space to drive against Brunk. Back to Brent on the wing, gets a screen from Jones. Goes underneath it, Donahue recovers. Jones in the right corner, got away with a walk. Jumps up along 2 over Asher, that's way short, rebounded by Donahue.
3 outstanding defensive stops here by Roncalli to force Decatur. They didn't stay patient there and took, once again, another kind of pretty difficult shot.
Brunk up the floor, in the corner to Donahue for a spot-up 3. Bang! He got it.
There you go. Good offensive possession there, wide open shot. The Rebels knock it down.
Donahue with a team-high 7 threes on the season. Did not connect at Covenant Christian. That was the first game of the year he didn't make one. Rebels finally on the board, 3-0, 4.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Bostic right of the lane, in the corner Murillo. Looney up tight on a man-to-man. Murillo drives into the paint. Flip shot is no good. Looney had it. You knocked free by Murillo on the rebound and a foul called. So good defense by Looney. And Murillo takes the foul, his first, and the team's first.
That is poetic, watching our defense on help side defense here, being critical to stop those lane drives by Decatur.
Brunk takes it into the forecourt, one-on-one against Brent. Shovels to Donahue. Denny pops out top of the circle. Now Brunk comes into the paint. Up tight is Brent. Johnny has it. Foul line jumper up. Foul line jumper in.
Nice shot there by Brunk.
Good patience by Johnny to wait for the traffic to clear. His first 2. And the Rebels lead 5-0 halfway through the first quarter. Bostic. Dribble handoff to Brent out front. To Murillo in the corner. Cut off by Looney on a drive. Shovels to Tracy. Up tight is Denny in the corner. Tracy, left-hand fall away is way short. Rebound by Looney, knocked out of bounds by Jones.
You can tell Decatur's getting a little frustrated that their first look is to drive, and they're taking 1 or 2 dribbles and then having to settle for fadeaway jumpers.
The only clean look Decatur has gotten so far tonight was the 24-footer that Bostic took. Everything else has been contested and difficult.
And off the dribble. I mean, you haven't seen Decatur just catch and shoot, minus that 24-footer.
In the paint, Looney falling away off the window, in and out. Asher knocked it off the end line. It goes back to Decatur. 5-0 the score, 3:21 to go first quarter. This has been a slog so far offensively for both teams, but the Rebels are on the high side. Bostic. Hands to Brent at the arc. Jones pops out top of the circle, looks for a cutter, finds Tracy left of the lane. Asher hedges a screen against Tracy, who lost the handle but able to shovel to Brent. Back to Tracy in the corner. Crosses up on Donahue through the lane. Got it knocked free. In the corner, Murillo. Back to Tracy for 3. That's off the rim. Rebounded by Asher. Nice block out. Up the floor to Denny quickly. Jacob jams on the brakes.
Great decision there to pull it up, not have the numbers.
Pull up 3 off the front of the rim. Here comes Bostic the other way. Stop and go dribble to Brent. Thought about a 3. Now Murillo in the right corner against Looney. Back to Bostic. Hands to Murillo on the wing. Shovel to Bostic in the corner, who cannot get free from Donahue. Tracy down the lane. Drives into Asher. Missed the shot, but a foul called. And the game's first free throws will go to Kenny Tracy with 2:19 to go in the first quarter. And the Rebels leading 5-0.
Good movement there by Daniel Asher. He's just got to be a little bit quicker to slide to that spot to stop Tracy from getting down to the hole.
Asher's foul, his first. Team first. Tracy's first free throw caroms off the rim. First sub in the game comes from Decatur Central. It's Malachi Linden. 5'10", a senior. One more for Tracy. Decatur Central trying to get on the board. Tracy's second free throw is good. And it's 5-1 Rebels. 2:18 left here in the first quarter from the Woodshed. Happy you're with us on a Friday night. Denny cross court to Donahue in the jump circle.
Decatur picking up the pressure here a little bit more on their defensive side.
Asher to Looney. Brunk out front, takes it to the wing. Down to Asher in the corner. Daniel facing up to Looney. Ball reversed to Denny on the wing. Jacob attacking in the paint, tucks it in, draws a foul in route.
Good work there to stay patient. Decatur's having to guard for a really long time, and that's difficult for them to get used to playing for that long on the defensive side.
Fouls on Linden, his first, team second. Sub into the game. Skylar McGurk is on, 6'2", a junior. 1:46 to go in the quarter. Asher backs, jump hook with the left hand, up and in.
Big time move there by Daniel on the offense.
Good patience.
Strong dribble and going to his left there.
7-1 the score. 1:27 to go in the quarter. Bostic, fade away long two over Brunk is good. Just inside the line. First field goal for the Hawks, and it's 7-4.
You can tell he's a little bit frustrated. He wants to get that shot going on early for Decatur.
Donahue in the corner to Brunk. Hands to Asher. Back out to Brunk. Brunk drives all the way to the goal. Put it up, put it in traffic.
Great drive there by Brunk. Decatur Central fell asleep on the rotation on the other side, and Brunk takes it to the lane.
Johnny has 4, and the lead is 6 with 45 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. On the wing, Linden holds it a long time. Back to Tracy. Tracy against Brunk. Stop and go drive in the corner of McGurk. Now Bostic puts up a 3 over Denny that's short. Rebounded by Looney. Aiden into the forecourt to Denny. 25 seconds. Denny driving in route, draws a hand check foul on Bostic. With 23 and 2/10 left.
Jacob Denny's got a great understanding of the game as to when to take it to the hole and when to pull it back and set up the offense. That's the senior leadership that we're going to need for a young Roncalli Rebel basketball team.
Denny, Brent's back in for Bostic. Denny inbounds, baseline left out to Brunk. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Rebels lead 9-3. Brunk dribbling it down in no hurry against McGurk, who's not up tight enough to force the count. Now an errant pass. McGurk jumps in front and races to the other end to lay it in. Rebels have to hurry. Brunk up the floor to Denny. Ball knocked free. And that'll do it. Tracy loads one up from half court off the back of the rim. So McGurk's steal and score will settle the score up at 9-5. 9-5 our score after one quarter of play on the Chick-fil-A board. We'll step out, come right back. Quarter number 2 around the bend. After this, on the Rebel Media Network.
For my homework.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day we go.
What time do you have to be back to heaven?
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
What time do you have to be back to heaven?
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
What time do you have to be back to heaven?
Donahue and Looney, the Rebel 5. McGurk out front. Gives to Brent, driving on Donahue, spinning in the paint, missed it. Oh, got a friendly roll on the back of the rim.
Roncalli's playing well, but you take about the last minute of regulation here. Decatur starting to close it down. We talked about it early in the broadcast. Roncalli, you got to take advantage of the rust that's on Decatur.
Hawks have scored 4 in a row. Denny in the lane, teardrop up, but he couldn't get the roll in the back of the rim. Rebound fought for off the end line. Decatur Central ball. Looney touched it last, says Tim Cartwright.
Good job by Jacob there, taking it to the hole. Those will fall. He's doing a great job of being aggressive on the offense.
Murillo is back in for Decatur Central.
Good
in the
switch
paint
by Bronk.
Tracy's jumper is wide right. Stroud had the rebound scored out of his hand and get it back. Good defensive possession again for the Rebels that time.
Playing great on the defensive side of the ball. It's just a matter of not having turnovers and knocking down shots.
Brunk got the step down the baseline. Gives back to Looney as Decatur Central double Johnny as he attacked from the left corner. Into Stroud. Alex, skip out to Denny. Jacob got the step. Pull up on the baseline is long. Stroud fights for the rebound and takes it out of there. But Murillo able to steal it away. Now the Rebels try and tie him up. Murillo able to get it out to Tracy. And the Hawks settle it in, down 2, 9-7, and a low-scoring first half here from the Woodshed. McGurk in the left corner, driving on Brunk with the left hand, got all the way to the rim, laid it in, tied the game.
Can't let him drive from one wing to the opposite block to lay it in. We got to have help side defense to stop that drive.
First tie of the game. Decatur Central has scored 6 in a row. Donahue in the corner, Brunk. Johnny down the baseline, left it for Denny, over to Looney, back to Donahue right side. Brunk has it in the right corner, facing up on Brent, down the baseline, no space to drive, finds Looney for a spot up 3, in and out. Stroud though takes the rebound away and finds Denny out by the arc. Long 3, Brunk right side, short. Rebound run down by Murillo.
2 great three-point looks there by Roncalli. Great job of staying patient. Just got to knock it down.
And McGurk got free underneath. Tracy found him, and the Hawks have the lead. Michael Wantz would like time. 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here on our Chick-fil-A scoreboard with 5:09 to go first half. Rebels trail 11-9.
Marian University asks, what are you made of? Find out now by filling out an application. It's free and it takes less than 15 minutes. Visit them at marian.edu. Go Knights! Harding-Poorman Group, as a leader and innovator in the printing industry, Harding-Poorman Group's reputation as a powerful printing resource speaks volumes about who they are as a company. Their passion and commitment has not faded over time, and as a result, the level of trust and confidence their customers place in them is unparalleled. Harding-Poorman Group, changing the way you think and feel about printing.
8-0 Hawks run. They're on top for the first time tonight, 11-9. 5:05 to go here in the first half. Brandon Berger heading to the table at the next opportunity for the Rebels. Donahue, top of the circle. On the wing, Brunk. Brent's up tight. Brunk gets a screen. Pass deflected into the corner. Still gets to Donahue. Back to Looney on a cross-court skip. Out front, Brunk. Rebels reset.
Great job. Forced Decatur to play defense here for a long time. Get a good shot. No rush.
Donahue, pull-up jumper over Murillo is long. Denny, though, takes the rebound away. Attacking to the paint. Blocked from behind and saved.
Third Decatur Central block of the night. Once again, they got a great job of recovering on defense.
That was Carlos Hamilton, who's just into the game, a 5'10 senior. First time we've seen him tonight. Bostic driving to the basket. Brunk got a piece, but fouled him. And Bostic shoots 2 with 4:18 to go in the half.
Decatur's coming alive here on the offensive side. It would have been nice early on to get away from them as they were trying to get their offensive feet established.
Bostic shoots 2, the left-hander. First one on the way, in and out. Brandon Berger coming on for the first time tonight. Berger did not play at Covenant Christian. 6'5 senior. MVP of the football team.
No doubt about that. How about that?
Taking a visit to Ball State tomorrow to firm up that commitment.
I got 2 degrees there. That's a good decision by Brandon to head up to Muncie, Indiana. A little bit of a tough offensive run here for us. Time to knock down a shot and get a good wide open one to break this streak and run by Decatur.
Bostic made the free throw and a foul away from the ball of McGurk. Bodying up on Stroud. 12-9 is the score. Rebels have yet to score here in this second quarter. McGurk's foul, his first, team 4th. Brunk baseline left. Flings it out to Denny. In the corner, Donahue working against Murillo. Finds Berger in the corner, but it's stolen away by Murillo. Murillo's pass is knocked off the inline by Denny.
Jacob Denny all over the place. He had a huge offensive rebound a moment ago and now hustling back to make a play on the defensive side.
Rebel turnovers have been their undoing here in this second quarter.
Been the discussion of the season by Coach Wantz.
Brent out front. Tracy's back in for the Hawks. McGurk a long three over Stroud. That's good. Wow. And McGurk has 9 points off the bench, and the lead is 6. It's a 10-0 run to start the quarter.
Decatur starting once again to pick up that defensive pressure and force Roncalli to kind of get out of pace.
Brunk operating at the high right, takes it into the paint, shovels to Denny. Jacob off a screen, foul line jumper, up and in.
Very good. Good for him to continue to stay aggressive. Those shots are going to start to fall. You can see it. He's ready for those balls to start going in.
Rebels finally on the board here in the quarter, trailing by only 4. 3:05 left in the half. In the corner, down the baseline, Hamilton attacking. Missed a shot, and what's the call? Murillo came up the back of Berger, I believe. Wait a second here. Yep, they need Murillo. His second, team 5th. Tom Leaks for a second pointed at Brunk. I thought he was going to call a foul on Brunk, but he was just indicating who the shooter might be if it was a shooting situation. It's not, as it's only team foul 5. Jalen Perkins is on, 6'1 junior. Rebels have it back, down 4, 2:58 to go first half, and a low-scoring affair here at the Woodshed. Denny lobs to Chuck McGinsey, who stepped into the game, the 6'3 junior. Gave the Rebels great energy, and a pass on the wing is intercepted by Tracy, and a foul called on Tracy by Tim Cartwright. Oh boy, Rebels caught a break there.
No doubt about it. That's about our 5th pass this evening where it's gone from wing to wing or the top of the key to a wing, and they've just been kind of lazy passes that Decatur's shooting through the passing lane.
In the corner, Denny, played by Hamilton. Out front to Brunk. McGinsey's energy was off the charts in that fourth quarter at Covenant. Brunk cut off at the elbow, needs help. Shovels to McGinsey. Chuck back to Brunk out front. 2.5 to go first half. Brunk gets free, elbow jumper up, and no good. Tipped off the rim. Denny tapped at it, no. And Berger came up the back, I believe. Yep. Caught red-handed. Boy, the Rebels cannot get a roll. They've had some good looks. The rim has been unkind. First foul on Berger, 3rd on the Rebels.
Gonna just have to keep fighting through it. You're only down 4. No need to get to break your patiency here. Just stay with it, stay the course. Those shots are gonna go in.
Bostic back in for the Hawks. 2:15 left in the half. Rebels trail 15-11. It's been a 2-point quarter for the Rebels. Brent, top of the circle, checked by McGinsey. Chuck pokes the basketball. Now Brent attacks the left hand. Great help by Stroud and a foul call. Boy, Alex is straight up.
Stroud not happy with the call, but one thing he can do is help himself out by getting there early. We've been a team that's taken on some charges, and I think Decatur's starting to drive a little bit out of control. And we got the opportunity to take some charges.
Now, Tom Leaks confirmed with Stroud, who asked, got him with the body. Was clean up top. Hamilton misses the first free throw. Hawks are just 2 out of 5 from the line. Asher's back in for Stroud. 2:03 left here in the half. Rebels trail by 4. One more for Brent. That one's good. Brent splits the pair. 16-11. McGinsey over to Denny at the volleyball line, top side. One-hand pass to Brunk on the wing. Down to Asher. Out of the double team. Finds Denny in the corner. Brunk open for 3.
Good.
Bang! He got it.
Great pass there across court by Daniel. Great extra pass by Jacob Denny. Way to knock it down, Brunk.
Second Rebel 3 of the night. First for Johnny. Back to a 2-point game. Tracy's played by Denny, as you would expect. You see that matchup on the gridiron, too. Brent steps into a 3 that's good. Oh, my. Second 3 for the Hawks here in the quarter. Back to a 5-point advantage. 19-14. 1:13 to go in the half. Denny gets a high right screen from Berger. Perkins goes underneath it and plays Denny on the switch. Now Denny takes it to the wing. Attacking, in low, fouled. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. Jumped to make the pass. I thought they were going to call a foul, but Tom Leake said Denny stepped out before. Looney's back in for Berger.
This is a big 60 seconds and a half here for Roncalli.
Yeah, Rebels have 2 fouls to give. Decatur's at the threshold, so the next Decatur foul will put the Rebels in the bonus.
We're going to zone. Let's see if Decatur's going to decide to hold this for one shot.
Brent holds it in the jump circle. Looks like Decatur Central's in no hurry here. 19-14, the score, 5-point game. 30 seconds left here in the half, and Brent holding. Michael Wantz glances at the clock, glances back at his bench. Rebels hanging out in a 2-3, Brent with it on his hip.
The famous no shot clock in Indiana high school basketball. Here you go.
20 seconds to go, now 15. Rebels have 2 fouls to give. Bostic over to Tracy with 9. Long 3 on the way, good. Bronk with time. Goes behind his back, up the floor. Flips it up, no good, that'll do it. So the Rebels tie a season low with 14 points in the first half. It's a 17-5 Decatur advantage in the second quarter. We will go ahead and step out for 60 seconds. And when we come back, we'll have all the particulars on tonight's Beck's Service Center halftime show coming up next on CBS Sports 1430.
Marian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Marian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Marian University, Indy's premier Catholic university.
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
What time do you have to be back to heaven?
Milto Cleaners, we're pickup artists when it comes to your clothes.
Farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
A lot of turnovers that really kind of compounded the issue for Roncalli and allowed Decatur Central to pull away. Rebels did not shoot a free throw in that first half.
Yeah, how about that? That's a little bit shocking, especially how aggressive we were. You know, one thing the stats might not show straight up is that Decatur Central ended the first quarter and the second quarter with 5 points total. And the final minute of each one of those quarters, they came away with an easy 2-point off a turnover to end the first quarter, and then they held the ball for the final 60 seconds, 62 seconds of the second quarter, and then knocked down a big 3. So that's 5 points. You play better at the end of each one of those quarters. You're talking about 17-14. Even though you got an offensive struggle, you just can't give up 5 points. 2 at the end of the first quarter off a turnover, and then Decatur knocks down a big 3 and makes a play to end the half.
Well, Johnny Brunk has 7 points to lead the Rebels. Skylar McGurk with 9 points off the bench to pace Decatur Central. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have all the particulars on tonight's scoring totals here at the half. Rebels trail 22-14. We're back with more after this on the Rebel Media Network and CBS Sports 1430.
Roncalli High School is the Archdiocesan Catholic high school on the south side. The school is named Roncalli in honor of Cardinal Angelo Roncalli, who upon being elected Pope by the College of Cardinals in 1958, took the name of Pope John the 23rd. Blessed Pope John was canonized a saint on April 27, 2014, and is now known as St. John the 23rd. Roncalli High School, preparation for life.
Where did I get my car loan? At IMCU,
Indiana Members Credit Union.
I was pre-approved in minutes. It was so simple. Got my car the same day. Now I manage my payments on the mobile app.
IMCU kept it simple and pain-free.
We've been IMCU members for years, and we will be for life.
Just feel like part of the family at
IMCU, Indiana Members Credit Union.
Get pre-approved before you buy at imcu.com. Subject to credit approval.
Reminding you, you're listening to Roncalli Rebels basketball on CBS Sports 1430.
Indy's home for hoops is CBS Sports 1430, WXNT AM Indianapolis, WZPL HD3 Greenfield, Indianapolis.
Well, let's run down the score. Decatur Central played 10 players in that first half, 4 scored. Skylar McGurk had 9 points off the bench, 6 points for Seti Brent, 4 points for Kenny Tracy, 3 for Ryan Bostic, Nehemiah Jones, Malachi Linden, Sebastian Murillo, and Carlos Hamilton. Jalen Perkins all played, did not score. Rebels played 8 in the first half, 4 scored, led by Johnny Brunk, 7 points, 3 points for Anthony Donahue, 2 apiece for Jacob Denny and Daniel Asher. Aiden Looney, Brandon Berger, Chuck McGinsey, Alex Stroud all played, did not score. Rebels did not attempt a free throw in that first half. Hawks were 3 out of 6. Rebels hit 2 threes, 1 from Donahue, 1 from Brunk. Decatur Central 3 threes, 1 each from Tracy, Brent, and McGurk. And Kevin, I know you've got the other numbers over there. The big number that jumps out from a Rebel standpoint is the turnover number.
Yeah, 6 turnovers to Decatur Central's only 1. And not to mention that we only had 3 assists there, so you got 2 things to think about. Number 1, you got to take care of the ball. Number 2, those assist numbers can come up if we can knock down open shots. So let's take care of the ball. Let's knock down open shots. But once again, you got to be able to handle the pace. Decatur Central continues to push the tempo, push the pace. Is guarding us 3/4 of the court, man-to-man defense. You got to be able to take care of the ball against that.
Rebels trail Decatur Central at the break, 22-14. We'll step out for 2 minutes, come back, third quarter around the bend. After this on CBS Sports 1430.
McDonald's proudly introduces the new fresh beef quarter pounder burgers. Each one of our quarter pounder with cheese, double quarter pounder with cheese, and
Credit Union. They offer the commercial services I need, like online banking and loans for company vehicles and real estate. Plus, they're locally owned like me. I get personal service I can count on for my business at IMCU,
Indiana Members Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
At Glander Rochford Orthodontics, we're in the business of making smiles, but straightening teeth is only part of that job. Our team has a passion for serving our patients and their families in Greenwood and Indianapolis. You may start your journey at Glander Rochford Orthodontics looking for a straighter smile, but you'll leave with new friends and family. Call today at 317-888-2827
Milto Cleaners.
to
We're
schedule a
pickup
free
artists
consultation
when it comes
for
to
you, your
your
child,
clothes.
and your whole family. 317-888-2827.
Hi folks, it's Ben Stallings from Beck Service Center. As longtime supporters of Roncalli High School, we are proud to back the Rebel athletic teams, fine arts department, and academic teams. As excellence abounds on the grounds of Roncalli, that is how we approach the automotive repair business. We are pretty darn good at fixing cars. Located at the southeast corner of Madison and Edgewood, we appreciate your support and are grateful for your business. Go Rebels.
That's all we got for the Beck Service Center halftime show. Now, time for the second half on CBS Sports 1430.
Rob Brown and Kevin Bonnich back with you. We said to the second half, Rebels trailing 22-14. Kevin, what do you look for adjustments-wise here in this second half?
I think Coach Wantz is, just like he said in the Covenant Christian game, you got to go back to what you do and do it well. So you got to play solid defense the entire time. And then on the offensive side of the ball, you just got to take care of it. You got to take care of it. You got to make the smart pass, which we're seeing a few times. We just had really lazy passes that we're lucky that number of turnovers isn't higher than 6. So I'm sure that Coach Wantz at halftime, with a young team that's learning, he's going to discuss, look, guys, we just got to take care of fundamentals and take care of what we can control.
A couple scores to update you on. Whiteland and Perry Meridian are tied at the half, 19-19. Rebels will be at Whiteland tomorrow night. Pike is up 25-2 on Center Grove. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
North Central leads Cathedral 19-10 after one quarter of play. 25-2. And Floyd Central in a big game down in Southern Indiana. Rebels will be down at Floyd Central the Saturday before Christmas. And the Highlanders leading New Albany 20-14 after one quarter. Rebels with the ball to start this second half. Original starting 5 on the floor. Brunk, Denny, Donahue, Asher, and Looney. Rebels going left to right toward their bench. Looney, jumper top of the circle is short. Long rebound grab by Murillo. Out there with Bostic, Jones, Brent, and Tracy. So original starting 5 on the floor for both clubs. Decatur Central going right to left from our vantage point toward the south goal. Brent cut off. Murillo shovels to Brent. Pull-up jumpers around and out. Good block out by Donahue. And Jones goes to the deck and ties him up. Let's see, was Jones on the baseline? No. Tie up, stays at the Decatur end.
Loved Coach Wantz's decision there early on to try to get that ball down to Daniel Asher. Decatur played better defense. We couldn't force it in there. But Coach Wantz wants to go get an easy bucket here to start the second half.
22-14, early stages of the third quarter. Murillo has it outright. Gives to Tracy. Denny's up tight. Tracy can't find any space. Hands to Brent. Back to Tracy. Long 3 on the way, long with it. And the rebound run down by Denny, who's clipped by Jones and a foul call. Jones first, team first. One of the great things about this game being streamed on YouTube with the video is you get all sorts of people checking in. Michael Wantz's wife, Abby, traveling in Germany with her mom and sisters, checking in. We appreciate her watching tonight. Wish her a safe trip back to the States. Thank her for tuning in. Thank all of you for tuning in tonight, wherever you may be. Nice give and go from Brunk to Asher, and a feed up and in off the cut.
Coach Wantz clearly in halftime talking about let's do what we do. Let's get the easy shot. 2 times down, trying to get Daniel Asher the ball. 1 time for a bucket.
22-16. Tracy gets the step on the defender and draws a foul as he attacks from behind the left baseline. Denny's foul. That's his first. Team first. 22-16. Rebels score first. Tracy was trapped underneath and he stepped out of bounds. So this got behind the backboard twice. Second time he turns it over and gives it back to the Rebels. John Ashworth just spins away. Can't believe it. Brunk shovels to Asher at the right elbow. Gives to Looney top side.
The classic Coach Wants shuffle play here.
Brunk cut off by Murillo. Back to Looney. Back to Brunk in the corner. Looking for Asher down low. Well, Tracy spun him out of there and took it away. Up to Murillo. Murillo in the paint. Scoop shot up, scoop shot in.
Got to be able to stop the ball earlier.
Nice shot by Murillo, his first two. Denny out front, Donahue. Fakes the three on Bostic, back to Denny. Jacob tucks it in, down the lane, fouled in route. Shoots two.
Jacob's a little frustrated that these shots aren't falling. He's doing a great job of staying aggressive.
Jones, I believe, on that foul. No, it's Tracy, his second. Neither team with any kind of foul trouble. Denny shooting two. First one on the way, good. To give you an idea how aggressive he's been early in the season attacking the rim, he's averaging, coming into the game, through 3 games, averaging over 7 free throw attempts a game. That's a pretty remarkable number.
That is. I'll tell you what, that kid has been a gamer since the first day he walked into Roncalli High School. He is a competitor.
24-18. Had 5 interceptions this fall in limited action. Missed 5 games with a collarbone break. You wonder how many he would have collected had he played the whole season.
Oh, his stats were insane early on. We missed him a great deal in the middle part of that season.
Tracy lost it on the drive. Donahue touched it last, says Tom Leaks. Man, Jason Ferguson might come in and change it here. Hang on a second. Well, whatever Jason Ferguson said, Tom Leaks was not persuaded.
Tom Leaks wanted no part of that discussion.
He did not. He did not. Boston got 3 for a corner 3 that's around and off. Rebounded by Looney, and he's fouled by Jones. Helped up by Jones.
Big time board there by Aiden. Getting a little height there.
He has really attacked the defensive boards, averaging a team best 6 rebounds. Far and away from the biggest guy on the floor, but he just has a nose to where it's coming off the rim.
I think his dad's lobbying that it's all genetics from him.
Absolutely.
I'm going to argue that it's his work ethic.
Brunk picked up his dribble, gives to Asher at the top of the circle. Daniel needs help, hands to Looney. Or Denny, rather. Back to Looney out front. Aiden pulls Murillo out to the timeline. Cross-court pass to Donahue, almost stolen. Anthony fires it into Asher through his hands and out of bounds.
A little bit of a lazy pass from the top and then a kind of a chaotic drive there. Coach Wants telling him to just slow down, it's all right.
24-18. Low-scoring affair here at the Woodshed. Rebels a 4-2 advantage in this period. Bostic, jumper out front's no good. Rebound Murillo took it away from everyone, and Looney had to foul him to prevent a layup. Rebels caught flat-footed on that rebound.
Yeah, falling asleep a little bit there.
Looney's foul, his first. Team second. Murillo shoots 2. Left-hander, first one up, first one in. Here's Stroud stepping in for Looney. 25-18. Every possession offensively tonight for the Rebels has been a struggle. Murillo one more, that's way short, and rebounded by Donahue. 25-18 the score. Decatur's lead is 5. Nearing the halfway mark of the third quarter. Donahue high left, popping out Denny, takes it between the circles, attacking against Tracy, to the basket, put it up, put it in, and put him on the line. Jacob Denny trying to get the Rebels back in it, much like he did with that 16-point third quarter at Covenant Christian on Saturday.
That kid's a gamer. Outstanding job by Alex Stroud there to seal off the big man, so Jacob had a little lane there to slice through.
And he drew the third foul on Tracy. Free throw up, free throw in. Denny with 7 in the quarter. Make that 5 in the quarter. That's 25-21. Tracy stays in the game for now with 3 fouls. Back cutting is Jones. He missed the shot. Rebound loose on the deck. And there's a tie-up. Arrow favors the Rebels. Boy, there's 4 bodies there on the right block. They'll take a while to unpile the stack. It's Rebel basketball.
Decatur Central trying to go maybe for a little alley-oop there.
Yeah, they did. They had Jones on the back side of that play. He just short-armed the layup. Great pass delivered in there. Steve Looney just said they're going to bring the chains out after that pile up. see where the football is.
Here comes shuffle. Look for Jacob Denny to get a three or Daniel Asher.
Over to Brunk. Donahue, three out front, off the back of the rim, and a great rebound in traffic by Jones to take it away from Stroud. Running the floor is Murillo. He got going too fast and he missed it. Stroud outlets to Denny. Now the Rebels on the push. Donahue dribbles into a three. Now he pulls it back as Decatur got back. Denny attacks. Puts it up high off the window. No good. Asher rebound in traffic. Out to Brunk. Back to Donahue. Left side three off the back of the rim. Long rebound grab by Bostic. Bostic. Brunk with a nice defense, and Bostic flipped it in off the window.
Tough shot there by Bostic.
Falling away, Brunk went straight up. Bostic on the finish. 27-21. The lead is 6 for the Hawks. Asher right arc. Drives on Jones, tripped by Jones as he turned the corner. That's team foul 5. Jones' third foul. See if the Rebels attack some to try and get in the bonus here. Try and get back in this game from the foul line. Brunk in the corner, Asher off the inbound to Denny. Perkins is back in, as is McGurk for the Hawks. Over to Brunk. Johnny holds out by the volleyball line, takes the dribble to the arc. Bounce to Asher. Look for a back cut, instead floats over to Brunk. Johnny attacks, cut off by Perkins. Now to Donahue, back to Brunk. Left corner for three. Bang! He got it again. Second three for Brunk. That chops the lead in half. 27-24. Hawks lead by 3. 2:40 to go for third quarter.
Nothing beats hitting a three-pointer right in front of the student section here in the woodshed.
Brunk into double figures for the first time in his career. Murillo, a wild drive down the lane, rebounded by Donahue. Rebels can tie with a 3. Michael Want says, let's go. 2.5 to go in the third. Denny against McGurk. Down to Stroud, in low, put it up, in and out. Boy, that was in the bottom. He got a great look.
Everything but in.
Bostic in the lane. Over to Brent. Now McGurk with it. He's down the lane. Throws up a wild shot that's an air ball. Rebounded by Asher.
Multiple possessions in a row for Decatur being out of control.
Brunk attacks in the corner, Donahue. Anthony tries to get out of trouble. Takes the dribble out front against Bostic. Timeout. Michael wants a timeout. Full timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. 2 minutes even to go in this third quarter. Rebels trail on the Chick-fil-A board 27-24. We'll step out for 30 seconds and come right back.
For people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
You can apply for free today at marion.edu.
Your Rebel Media Network.
More Roncalli Rebels basketball, presented by Marion University.
CBS Sports 1430.
Back out to Rob Brown.
Now Rob Brown and Kevin Bonich back with you on the Rebel Media Network, CBS Sports 1430, and the school YouTube channel. Tonight's broadcast is a copyrighted telecast and a production of the Rebel Media Network and Roncalli High School. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any format without the express written consent of the Rebel Media Network. Great crew with us tonight. David Kahn back at our CBS Sports 1430 studios, our in-studio producer. Connor DeLuca and Rodrigo Reyes Martinez, our crew tonight on site, handling all the video. Rebel ball out of the timeout, down 3. Inside 2 minutes to go third quarter. Brunk got the step down the lane, teardrop up, teardrop in. 5 points in the quarter for Johnny. He has 12.
Great use of the timeout there by Coach Wantz. We were playing a little bit out of control and then getting a nice, easy layup there.
Brunk has a team high 12. 27-26. Perkins doesn't want it out there, hands to McGurk. Dribble handoff, Tracy. Long 2 is way short. Rebound grabbed by Donahue. Good block out. Gives it up to Denny in the midcourt traffic. Jacob down the lane to the bucket. Put it up. A lot of contact. It rolled off the rim. Rebounded by Murillo. Bostic on the push. Dribbles into a three. That's good. Well, that's a big 5-point swing. Big 5-point swing. Bostic's first three of the night. Ball knocked into the Rebel bench. They'll keep it. That shot rattled out. Would have given the Rebels a lead. Instead, it came out. Donahue has to come out, or doesn't have to, but he just does, and Looney replaces. Aiden inbounding in front of the Rebel bench in the forecourt.
Big 64 seconds here to end the quarter.
Decatur Central has won the final minute of each of the first two quarters. Looney off a screen, back to Brunk. Johnny's played by McGurk, back to Looney right side. A collapse on Asher in the block. Brunk reloads out front to Asher at the elbow. Gives to Brunk on a handoff, and Johnny draws a blocking foul on the defender there. That's Perkins. That's team foul 6. I would keep going right at the bucket, Kevin. Next foul put the Rebels in the bonus.
No doubt about it, especially when you're talking about a struggle on the offensive side. You're going to get a chance at some easy points here.
Looney with 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Gives to Denny curling. Jacob to the basket. Finger roll up and in. Ooh. Boy, that hung on the left side of the rim for a while. Thought about it and then fell. It's a 2-point game.
All right, Rebels up 2-0 this final minute. 30 seconds to go. Let's see if we can finish it up 2-0 or 4-0. Get a big defensive stop here to end the quarter.
After a 14-point half, the Rebels have a 14-point third quarter. Outscore the Hawks 14-8 thus far. Tracy dribbling it down, 13 seconds to go in the period in the jump circle. Played loosely by Denny, still stationary, dribbling with 8, has a screen either way. Takes it to the right side, in the corner McGurk. His three is on the way, it's long. Rebounded by Brunk. Johnny loads up a three-quarter shot that's short, and that'll do it. But the Rebels have chopped an 8-point lead down to 2. And it's a 30-28 Decatur Central lead on the Chick-fil-A scoreboard as we head to the final quarter. Stay tuned. We'll pause for 30 seconds and be right back with it after this on the Rebel Media Network.
Marian University presents Roncalli Rebels basketball
on CBS Sports 1430, your Rebel Media Network.
Back out to Rob Brown.
Established in 1969 through the consolidation of Chartrand High School and Kennedy Memorial High School, Roncalli today serves almost 1,200 students. The majority of students are enrolled in a college preparatory curriculum, but the school offers a comprehensive curriculum for students of all levels of ability. Roncalli High School, preparation for life.
Now, Johnny Brunk and Jacob Denny combined for 12 points in the period. Brunk has 12 to lead Roncalli. Decatur Central with the basketball. We head to the final quarter. Hawks lead by 2. Jones, Brent, Tracy, Murillo, and Bostic out there for the Hawks. Tracy playing with 3 fouls, drives, leads for Jones. He puts up a 3, that's way off. Air ball, rebounded low by Brent, blocked by Stroud off the end line, Rebel ball. Good defense.
Great defensive possession there. If you're going to allow Decatur Central to take a step back, deep 2-pointer, 3-pointer right on the line, it's what you want coming out of the half if your coach wants.
From the last guy that they want taking it, by the way.
Absolutely.
Donahue pull up from the foul line, rolls off. He got a great look. Rebounded by Murillo. Donahue, Brunk, Asher, Stroud, and Looney, the 5 for the Rebels.
Need help side defense
Tracy
here.
Drives on Looney, draws the foul, missed the shot. He shoots 2 with 7:11 to go.
Coach Ian Brown there yelling from the bench, got to have help side defense, taking a step to hedge that, to tell Tracy, look, go, you got to kick this somewhere else.
Tracy, first one way short. Hawks have not helped their cause in the foul line. They're 4 for 9. Rebels 3 out of 3. Second one is no good.
Oh, a shove in the back there.
Knocked off the end line. Last touch by Jones. Boy, Brent got away, you're right, with a shove right in the back of Stroud.
Nice forearm right to the mid-back there of Stroud.
Rebels, however, get the stop. Trail by 2. Brunk walks it into the forecourt, played by Tracy. Gives to Stroud. Finds Looney on the far sideline. Aiden over to Brunk on the wing. Jones fighting with Asher in the right block. Now Asher pops out to get it. Daniel facing up. Gives to Donahue. Donahue attacks baseline. Sidesteps the defense. Puts it up. No. Rebound fought for. Murillo takes it out of there. Here comes Bostic. Bostic shakes loose. Elbow jumper is way off. Rebounded by Asher. Nope. Loose on the deck. Who's got it? Looney. And Looney's fouled by Bostic. That's team foul 7, so the Rebels are in the bonus with 6:28 to go. Looney shoots a 1-and-1 here to chance to tie the game with both.
Coach Wantz wasn't happy when they missed that foul with the shove in the back on that free throw. The reason he was so upset is because that puts us in the 1-and-1.
Looney 3 for 3 on the season, looking for his first point tonight. Needs them both to tie the game. First one on the way. He got the roll on the front rim. That roll isn't what it used to be. They replaced the rim at the north end. You better know. Brent finds Jones on a nice slip. He put it up and in. Looked like Tom Leach was going to call a foul.
Yeah, he wanted to go the and one there and just kind of swallowed his whistle for some reason.
Yeah. John Ashworth can't believe it. His body language suggested he was going to call a foul. Then he turns the corner. Pull up in the paint is long. Rebounded by Brent. He's on the push. Holds up at the arc and finds Bostic. Murillo in low. To dribble out to the far sideline. Attacking. Gives to Tracy. Can't find any space. Fall away shot up and in. That's a tough shot by Kenny Tracy. And the Hawks have scored 4 straight.
Crossover, step back, 16-footer.
Hawks have scored 4 straight after the Rebels tied it. Brunk to the rim. Put it up and in.
Oh, big drive there by Brunk. Decatur Central just caught sleeping, watching Brunk bring the ball up, slices right to the hole, lays it in.
Johnny with 14. Well, he saw something there that he was the only one that saw it. And he finished. Rebels back within 2, 5:05 left.
Roncalli bench once again telling him to help. Hedge, 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 hedge.
Murillo to Bostic on the far sideline. Rebels double that. Back to Bostic. Over to Tracy. Denny up tight at the volleyball line. Jason Ferguson starts the count. Now Tracy down the lane. Put it up and in and a foul. Took it right at Asher.
Big time athletic move there by Tracy.
Count the bucket. Foul on Asher. His second, the team's third. Team's fourth, beg your pardon. Tracy shoots one. Free throw up, no good. And Asher has the rebound. Tracy is 1 for 5 from the line tonight. Brunk to the far sideline, out to Asher. Asher wants help, needs help. Finds Looney at the foul line. Aiden turn and face out to Brunk. Johnny played by Brent up the timeline. Cut off, gives to Asher at the elbow, back to Brunk. Johnny down the baseline, he's bumped by Brent and a foul called. Rebels in the bonus. Brunk shoots a 1-and-1 with 4:15 left in the ball game.
Keep taking it right at him when you're in the bonus, and we're really close to the double bonus here. Just keep taking it at him and let's get to the free throw line.
That's team foul 8. Brunk shoots a 1-and-1. Johnny a career high 14. Rebels trail by 4. 4:15 left. Quickly moving game at the Woodshed. Pace is picked up here in the second half. Brunk's free throw is in and out, rebounded by Tracy. Four-point game. Tracy down the lane. He's fouled by Denny on a hand check. Rebels are not over the limit.
Number 14, Denny is second.
That's Denny's second, team fifth. They flipped it out to Brent. Brent goes behind the back, lost the handle. Looney took it away. Aiden. A lot of contact as he came down the lane, and a foul called on Bostic. That's Bostic's third. Rebels in the bonus. Looney shoots a 1-and-1 with 3:57 to go.
Good presence there by Aiden to see that he had a little bit of a lane there to attack it and then try to get them to foul him. Sure enough, go to the line. Let's knock him down.
Last 1-and-1 of the night for the Rebels. Looney hits the front end.
With 3:57 to play, that's going to be critical down the stretch here.
Double bonus for the final 3:57. One more for Aiden. All of his points have come tonight from the line. Second one up. That one's long, but he ran down his own rebound. 36-33. Stroud to the bucket. Flips it into Asher. Out to Looney. Aiden to the basket. Blocked by Tracy. Now a run out the other way. Tracy gives to Brent. He turns, missed the shot. Rebound by Stroud. Outlet is poked free. Who's got it? Tracy in the lane. Shovels to Murillo. Lays it up and in. And a foul called.
A really late foul there.
That's a huge scramble. And it ends up in a bucket and an and one.
There have been multiple 50-50 balls where it's just kind of rolling around. It's anybody's game that have just Decatur's been able to come away with them.
Donahue's back in. It's a 5-point game. So many opportunities here in this quarter for the Rebels to grab the lead or tie. And the ball just has not bounced their way. And as you said, the Hawks have pounced on every 50-50 ball tonight. That shot is missed. Ball's knocked free. Jones lays it in. Michael Wantz can't believe it.
That's a frustrating. I mean, this has been multiple frustrating series of events here where we got a chance to tie it or take the lead. All of a sudden, there's a 50-50 ball. Decatur comes away with it and
now
extends the lead.
7-point game. Bronk ISO'd against Brent. Down the baseline, nothing there, and a hand check foul called on Brent. Rebels are in the double bonus. Brent's foul, his first, team 10. Johnny shoots 2 with 3:08 to go. This game was tied at 30, and it was 34-32. But the Rebels have not had the ball bounce their way. Free throw's no good. Jones grabs the rebound. It's a 2-shot foul.
Got to be able to take advantage of being in the double bonus here.
Rebels have missed 3 free throws here in the quarter. One more for Brunk. That one's good. Johnny has a team-high 15. It's a 6-point game. 6-point game with 3 minutes to go. Brant out by the timeline. Played by Donahue. Takes the dribble to the wing. Now back to the other side. Hand off to Tracy. Tracy gives to Brent. Cutting back door. Donahue fell asleep, and that's an easy one.
Help side defense also fell asleep there.
42-34. The Hawks have regained the lead and matched their biggest lead of 8.
Frustrating 2.5 minutes here.
Denny, pull up, long 2 is no good. Rebounded by Murillo. John Ashworth says, let's slow down.
Slow down, spread it out.
Bostic down the lane, put it up, no good. Jones was in the cylinder, it looked like, but he tapped it in. And it's a 10-point game. Michael wants time. 10-point lead. Oh my.
That was quite the 2-minute stretch there for Decatur.
Full timeout called by the Rebels. We'll take one as well. Full timeout. 2:08 to go. Rebels trail by 10. We're back in 30 seconds on CBS Sports 1430.
Throughout Chick-fil-A's history, the company has been on a journey to serve not only delicious
44-34. I want to say thanks to Fred and Janet Brown, parents of Roncalli assistant coach Ian Brown, tuning in tonight in Crete, Nebraska. Thank you so much for being along with us tonight.
Don't go much further than the local B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings, and we got Aaron Irwin listening to the Rebel Media Network.
That's good.
We're local and across the world.
Much closer than Crete, Nebraska. 10-point lead for the Hawks. It's an 8-1 run as they make it a 7-1 run as they pulled away. Donahue in the corner. Rebels have to hurry now. They don't need threes, but they need to score quickly and every trip. Looney attacks, cut off, throws it away. Murillo to Brent up the right side, put it up. Brunk blocked the shot and a foul called by Jason Ferguson. Brunk's foul, his second, team 7.
That looked clean from up here.
Rebels have made just one field goal in the quarter, and they've seen a tie game at 30 and a 2-point game at 34-32 turn into a 10-point deficit. Brent trying to make it 12. First one up and in. Brent has 9 in the ball game. One more on the way. That one's good. He's in the double figures with 10. First Hawk to get there. The lead is 12. Biggest of the night. Brunk on the left arc. Down to Asher. Daniel backing. Jump hook with the left right hand around and off. Rebounded by Brent. He was undercut and the ball ricochets out of bounds. Landed hard on his back. Rebel ball. Oh, my.
Oh, my. I can't believe he bounced up that quick after that fall.
He popped right back up. Brunk in the corner. Donahue. Step in. Long 2 off the rim. Rebound. Denny flew in and knocked it free, but Brent took it away. John Ashworth says, let's slow down. Kenny Tracy jams on the brakes with 83 seconds to go, and Brunk gives a foul with 1:21 left. Third on Johnny. Team 8. Tracy to the line for a 1-and-1. He's 1 for 5 tonight from the line. 1:21 to go. Rebels have managed just 6 points here in the quarter. Tracy's free throw is around and out. Rebounded by Denny. Rebels have to hurry down 12. Denny tucks it into the basket. Blocked away by Jones and a foul. Clean up top, but plenty of body down low.
Good decision by Jacob Denny there to just go try to get a quick 2 or get to the line.
Fourth on Jones.
A little bit slow up there by Jacob.
Denny shoots 2. John Ashworth would like time. Full timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. We've got breaks to take, so we'll take a break with the Rebels down 12. 1:14 to go here at the Woodshed. Step out for 30 and come right back. It's Rebel basketball on CBS Sports 1430.
Schedule online anytime. Getting an appointment with Ascension Care teams at St. Vincent just got easier with online scheduling. Now you don't have to break away from your day to book the care you need when and where you need it. No matter where you are or what you're up to, whether you're a new patient or if you've been here before, just pick the appointment that works for you. Schedule online anytime at getstvvincentcare.com.
More Roncalli Rebels basketball.
Presented by Marian University.
Marian University. We're back at it. CBS Sports 1430. Here's Rob Brown.
At Ortho Indy South, their mission is to provide the highest quality, comprehensive bone, joint, spine, and muscle care to patients throughout the Midwest, the United States, and around the world. From diagnosis through recovery, their team is ready to get you back in action. Choose Ortho Indy South to be your official orthopedic provider.
Well, he's Kevin Monich. I'm Rob Brown. Pleased you've chosen to spend part of your Friday night with us. The crowd here tonight at the Woodshed will be at Whiteland tomorrow night. Close out the weekend. 7:15 our pregame show time. Denny shoots 2. First one's up and in. One of the Southside's true Renaissance men, Pat Crosley, will be alongside for that one.
Beautiful. Always good when Pat's on air.
Yep. Denny hits them both. He's into double figures for the third time this season, joining Brunk there. Rebels trapping off the make. Jones gives to Brent. He gives to Tracy underneath, and the Rebels foul him. That's not a bad foul.
It is not a bad foul at all.
Considering that Tracy is 1 for 6 from the foul line.
Number 30, Donahue, his first.
Donahue's foul, his first, team 9. So this is the last 1-and-1 of the night for the Hawks. With 1:09 to go, and the Rebels down 10. Tracy spins the basketball, free throw up and in. Well, he was bound to make one eventually.
No doubt about that. Tell you what, he has shown tonight that he is a Division I caliber athlete with his athletic play. Might not show it in the scorebook, but
that one's way short, rebounded by Denny. The lead is 11. And Denny's fouled the timeline by Tracy. That didn't make any sense.
Not at all.
And
Coach Ashworth is not happy about that.
Coach Ashworth just rubs his bridge of his nose. Tracy's foul, his 4th. Denny back to the line for 2 more. First one up and in. Jacob is 6 for 6 from the line tonight. Ashworth just a little bit older than you, Kevin, but around your time period. Just right before you, I think, at Franklin Central. Of course, back then the Rebels didn't play Franklin Central.
No.
Denny missed one, made one. Bostic's tied up in the backcourt by Brunk, but a foul called by Jason Ferguson. That's Johnny's 4th, team 10th. So we walk to the other end, and Bostic shoots 2. Well, Perry Meridian has defeated Whiteland tonight, 41-33. So the Warriors will be 1-2, taking on the Rebels tomorrow night. Bostic shoots 2, the left-hander. First one up, first one in.
He's got a pure stroke.
Probably the best pure shooter on this team. The shocking score of the night, Pike is up on Center Grove 53-19, halfway through the third quarter. That's unbelievable. Second one's up and in. Bostic's in double figures. Second Hawk to get there. 49-37, back to a 12-point lead. Looney, a long 3. Bang! He got it, timeout.
Down to 9, 53 seconds to go.
30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 30-second timeout. 49-40 the score. Rebels trail by 9 with 53 and 7/10 to go.
Roncalli High School serves almost 1,200 students in a nurturing atmosphere that promotes academic, social, and spiritual growth in the Catholic tradition. Roncalli has been recognized 3 times as a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence. Roncalli High School, preparation for life.
Yeah, the Rebel JV team winning earlier tonight over Decatur Central, 40-31. Both teams in the double bonus.
Coach Watt's going to be telling his guys we're going for the steal early or the foul immediately thereafter.
Possession arrow favors the Rebels. Murillo finally gets it in. Now he's fumbling.
Oh, he carried the ball there.
Carry, and he threw it away. Nope, Jones able to pick it up and scoop it to Tracy, who lays it in. Tracy has 11, and it's an 11-point lead. 3 by Bronk. Bang! He got it. Timeout, Roncalli. Full timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. We've got breaks to take. Full timeout, 51-43, 37 seconds to go. We'll take a 30-second break and come back. It's Roncalli basketball on CBS Sports 1430.
Schedule online anytime. Getting an appointment with Ascension Care teams at St. Vincent just got easier with online scheduling. Now you don't have to break away from your day to book the care you need when and where you need it. No matter where you are or what you're up to, whether you're a new patient or if you've been here before, just pick the appointment that works for you. Schedule online anytime at getstvvincentcare.com.
Gallatin Bryan, Executive Director of Northside Gastroenterology and a longtime member of Indiana Members Credit Union.
My financial partner, easy. It's IMCU.
Indiana Members Credit Union. They offer the commercial services our practice needs, like a line of credit, equipment financing, and corporate credit cards. We count on
IMCU,
Indiana Members Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Marian University presents Roncalli Rebels basketball
on CBS Sports 1430, your Rebel Media Network.
Back out to Rob Brown.
Now right back to action. The Rebels quickly give the foul after the timeout. Donahue's personal, his second. Both teams in the double bonus. Murillo shoots 2. First one on the way, good. 52-43, 35 and 3/10 to go. Second one on the way, that one rattles home. 53-43. Backcourt violation. Bronx shoveled it back to Looney, and he was still in the backcourt. And Michael Wantz just turns and stares off at the scoreboard. Berger and
Coach Wantz going to the bench to get some playing time for some guys.
Berger's back in, as is McGenzie. Thomas Felmuth on. Nick Spearing and Carson Lynn. And now John Ashworth decides he'll clear the bench as well. Do we have any new faces out there? Number 20 is in. That's Javon Tracy, younger brother of Kenny. 24 seconds to go. McGurk into the lane. Lynch with a steal. And he has it stripped from behind, but Linden can't corral it off the end line. So Carson Lynch getting his first varsity action, the sophomore. 16 seconds to go. All over but the shouting in this one. Into Berger. Out to Lynch. Spearing. Nick to the basket. Pull up on the baseline is partially blocked. Loose ball scooped out of there by Perkins. Michael Wantz says, back away. So the Hawks have come in and handed the Rebels their second defeat of the season here on the home court. Decatur Central pulls away from a 30-all tie early in the fourth, and they defeat the Rebels by 10. Tonight here at the Woodshed, our final. Decatur Central 53, Roncalli 43. Stay tuned. We'll step out. When we come back, we'll tell you all about it on tonight's Steve's Flowers and Gifts postgame show, which is upcoming after this on the Rebel Media Network.
McDonald's proudly introduces the new fresh beef quarter pounder burgers. Each one of our quarter pounder with cheese, double quarter pounder with cheese, and signature crafted recipe burgers is made with 100% fresh beef from North America and cooked right when you order it. It's hotter, juicier, and full of flavor. So good, they'll have you speechless. Visit us today across from the Greenwood Park Mall or at 7911 US 31 South, just north of Stop 11.
Injured? OrthoIndy Urgent Care Clinics are available to treat your bone, joint, and muscle injuries. OrthoIndy Urgent Care Clinics are located in Indianapolis, Brownsburg, Fishers, Greenwood, and Westfield, and are open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. Weekend hours are also available. Avoid the wait, cost, and drama of the ER. Visit OrthoIndy Urgent Care for bone, joint, and muscle injuries. Visit orthoindy.com/urgent care for more information.
Roncalli High School is the Archdiocesan Catholic High School on the south side. The school is named Roncalli in honor of Cardinal Angelo Roncalli, who upon being elected Pope by the College of Cardinals in 1958, took the name of Pope John XXIII. Blessed Pope John was canonized a saint on April 27, 2014, and is now known as St. John XXIII. Roncalli High School, preparation for life.
At Glander Rochford Orthodontics, we're in the business of making smiles, but straightening teeth is only part of that job. Our team has a passion for serving our patients and their families in Greenwood and Indianapolis. You may start your journey at Glander Rochford Orthodontics looking for a straighter smile, but you'll leave with new friends and family. Call today at 317-888-2827 to schedule a free consultation for you, your child, and your whole family. 317-888-2827.
Roncalli Rebels basketball on CBS Sports 1430. Powered by Marion University. Time for the Steve's Flowers and Gifts postgame.
Everyone moving towards the lobby, please exit the gym so that we can get things set up for tomorrow's wrestling meet. Please start moving towards the lobby. Thank you.
Final break here. Final break 60. We'll keep it here and then we'll shut down. Moving out before we get.
Cares about what our customers eat and know a meal plan that includes lighter options is an important part of living a healthy lifestyle. Whether you are looking to lower your caloric intake or reduce fat in your diet, we have options throughout our menu to help with your goals. Chick-fil-A is committed to providing you with delicious food, friendly customer service, and a delightful dining experience. Visit us on Southport Road.
Roncalli Rebels basketball is back with the Steve Flowers and Gifts postgame show on CBS Sports 1430.
Rob Brown and Kevin Bonnich back for the final time on the Chick-fil-A, the Steve's Flowers and Gifts postgame show. Beg your pardon. Rebels lose tonight to Decatur Central by the score of 53-43. Let's take a look at the final scoring numbers. Decatur Central dressed 12 tonight, 10 played, and 6 scored, led by Kenny Tracy's 11 points. 10 points apiece for Ryan Bostic and Seti Brent. Skylar McGurk had 9 points, all those coming off the bench in the first half. 7 points for Sebastian Murillo and 6 for Nehemiah Jones. Javon Tracy, Malachi Linden, Carlos Hamilton, and Jalen Perkins all played and did not score. Kanon Stone and Brandon Smith were not asked to participate. Rebels dressed 11 tonight, all played, 5 scored, led by Johnny Brunk's game-high 18 points. 12 points for Jacob Denny, 6 points for Aiden Looney. Daniel Asher had 4 points. 3 points for Anthony Donahue. Thomas Felmuth, Nick Spearing, Aiden Looney had 6, I should mention. Thomas Felmuth, Nick Spearing, Brandon Berger, Chuck McGinsey, Alex Stroud, and Carson Lynch all played and did not score. Rebels hitting 5 threes tonight. Brunk hit 3 of those. Donahue and Looney with 1 apiece. Decatur Central hit 4 threes. 1 for Ryan Bostic, Kenny Tracy, Skylar McGurk, and Seti Brent. Rebels were 10 of 14 from the foul line. Boy, the Rebels lost by 10 tonight, Kevin, and Decatur Central left a lot of points on the table. from the foul line. They were 11 out of 23 from the line tonight. You've got some other numbers over there, I know.
Yeah, so, one interesting number to look at tonight that I'm sure that Coach Wantz is going to hit on before the game tomorrow night, and they're going to work on the rest of the season, is the assist-to-turnover ratio. So what you would love to see in the basketball world is 2 times the number of assists to turnovers. So tonight, the Rebels, 7 assists, 11 turnovers. We'd like to see those numbers flipped, and an increase in assists and a decrease in turnovers. So that's, I'm sure Coach Wantz has talked about it all season. 7 assists, 11 turnovers. I'm sure that statistics, those two columns are going to be discussed about in that locker room for days to come.
Well, it's time now on our Steve's Flowers and Guest post-game show to hand out our player of the game. That will go to Johnny Brunk, who had a career-high 18 points. First time in his 20 varsity games, and this is his second season here at Roncalli, the sophomore. First time he hit double figures, and he was very aggressive tonight offensively, and I think going forward that's something that he's going to need to continue to do for the Rebels en route to those 18 points.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Sophomore guard. He's got games under his belt, but tonight was, I think, a big step in his maturity process that you can't just play like a sophomore. You don't get that excuse anymore. You are a veteran player for the Roncalli Rebels. And so tonight he played that way with 18 points. We're going to continue to look forward to seeing his growth the rest of the season and the next 2 years to come, 3 years to come, really.
So Johnny Brunk, tonight's Ortho Indy star of the game.
At Ortho Indy South, their mission is to provide the highest quality comprehensive bone, joint, spine, and muscle care to patients throughout the Midwest, the United States, and around the world. From diagnosis through recovery, their team is ready to get you back in action. Choose Ortho Indy South to be your official orthopedic provider.
Well, we update the records now. Decatur Central, this is their first game of the season, so they're 1-0. They'll be back in action on Tuesday night when they take on Heron at home. That'll be the first of 3 straight home games for the Hawks heading into the Christmas holiday. Meanwhile, the Rebels fall to 1-3, 1-2 here on the home court. They will head to Whiteland tomorrow night in search of their first road win. Whiteland fell tonight on the road at Perry Meridian, 41-33. So the Rebels will bring a 1-3 record into tomorrow night's game. Whiteland, on the other hand, will be 1-2. Rebels lead the all-time series with Whiteland 16-4 and are 9-1 all-time at Whiteland. Rebels won the most recent matchup last year. That was a 50-38 win for the Rebels at Whiteland. 9-1 are the Rebels all-time against the Warriors on the road. Michael Wantz join us here momentarily. As soon as we get Coach's microphone hooked up, we will be ready to go. No, those are the career high numbers. So we get Coach all hooked up, ready to go here. And now we're set. Coach, we appreciate you taking a few moments for us. What was the tempo changed in that third quarter? You were able to speed them up a little bit. What sorts of things did you do differently in that third quarter to get back in the game?
I thought first of all, we defended well enough the whole game to win the game. If somebody was said, and we even fouled there at the end. So let's say instead of 53, let's say 50. We probably gave them at least 3 or 4 points. So somebody said at the beginning of the game, like you'd hold them to 50. You like your chances? Like I would have probably said, yeah, at our place, we'll take that. We can figure out how to score 51, hopefully. So I think just a couple of scoring droughts in the third quarter there. I thought we got loose a couple times. We were able to run a couple sets to get a back screen there for Danny one time. And but again, just 2 scoring laws, and we continue to not be able to get the 50-50 ball. We get a big rebound and somebody just takes a swipe and we lose it, or we never seem to get the ball that's batted around a little bit. So until we can start doing that, we may continue to struggle.
Well, Kevin mentioned that a couple times down the stretch. There were 2 different instances in the fourth quarter where you had a shot at point blank that was in and came out, and then they came down and hit a 3, or the one exchange where the ball was in the hands of about 5 different players, where if you come up with it and have a rush at the other end, you tie the game, they get an and one out of the other end.
Right. Yeah, Alex had a nice move, just rimmed out. Jake had a couple close. And yeah, that always seems to happen. That's probably the basketball gods, like you don't come up with that loose ball. The game honors toughness, right? They always say that. So you don't get that loose ball, you end up giving up a 3 at the other end. Seems like that happens quite a bit. So, I did like some things. I think we're close. I think we're close to figuring out. Those guys, Decatur had 4 guys that played varsity last year on the team there at the end of the game on the floor, and we certainly did not. So I think we're close. We got to keep figuring each other out. We got to keep working, and we got to keep eliminating silly mistakes.
Well, much like we used to say in professional basketball, the great thing is that you've got another chance to play tomorrow night.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait.
That's right. That's right.
We'll see you at Whiteland tomorrow night, Coach. Appreciate you
taking
a few moments for us here
Thanks.
on the Steve's Flowers and Gifts post-game show. Again, we'll have the game for you tomorrow night here on RebelMediaNetwork.com. That game also be aired over the air in Central Indiana on CBS Sports 1430. So no video tomorrow night, just radio only. But we hope you can join us then. Kevin, some final thoughts. Great that Coach Wantz came out and talked to us for a few moments. That certainly is not a guy who's frustrated, but certainly to me sounds like a guy that understands that he's got a young team, that it's going to be a process to get this team to figure some things out. It's early in the season. There's a lot of basketball left.
Yeah, so it's a great point that Coach Wantz is one of the best, and because he believes in trusting the process. It's only the second month of the calendar of Indiana high school basketball, so there's a lot left to play. And here's the thing: everything that we saw tonight is they can correct. And Coach Wantz is going to harp on toughness. We heard him talk about the 50-50 ball on toughness. Taking charges, diving on the floor, getting loose balls, all those things are things that they can correct before the end of the season. No doubt about that. And before even the calendar switches to 2019, those are things that Coach Wantz is going to focus on. He's going to focus on controlling the ball, not having unforced turnovers, and improving that assist number. Those are all things he's going to work on, and they got another shot tomorrow night.
They do indeed. We'll have that game for you again. 7:15 our pregame, 7:30 the tip here on RebelMediaNetwork.com and CBS Sports 1430. Pat Crossley will be alongside. We hope you can join us then. Kevin, thanks for being alongside tonight. We will see you soon.
Thank you very much, Rob. Always a pleasure to be in the woodshed.
Tonight's game has been a production of the Rebel Media Network. The executive producer is Gary Armbruster. Our supervising director on the video side tonight, Stefan Welsh. Our student directors, Connor DeLuca and Rodrigo Reyes Martinez, doing a great job tonight. Our graphics coordinators, Joseph Woodruff and Liam Irwin. Back in our CBS Sports 1430 studios, our in-studio producer is David Kahn. Appreciate his efforts tonight, keeping us on track and on time. Our network producer is Katie Ayers. Our technical director is Darla Coop. For Kevin Bonich, I'm Rob Brown. Again, our final tonight from the Woodshed. Decatur Central defeats the Rebels by the score of 53-43. Till we talk to you tomorrow night from Whiteland, on behalf of our entire Rebel Media Network crew, it's been Rob Brown saying, so long, everybody.
Roncalli Rebels basketball on CBS Sports 1430.
Thanks, David. Great job.
Powered by Marian University, Ortho Indy, Chick-fil-A, St. Vincent, Glender Roachford, Steve's Flowers and Gifts, Beck Service Center, McDonald's, Indiana Members Credit Union, and Roncalli High School. Don't miss a second of the action all season long on your Rebel Media Network, CBS Sports 1430.